innovative content, global audience.
Morning, viewers. Yes, a very beautiful Saturday morning to you from the world's capital city, London. Yes, it is a very beautiful Saturday morning. One best Saturday for you, I guess, as usual. But you know how we do it for Princess is always, always catch a Saturday. I'm here working as usual. And so, let's today on the show, romance and relationship. I want to take you elsewhere. We'll be talking about dating, sex. But today, let's talk about something. We live in an IT world, and the world is gradually evolving. And how has this affected, hampered, or actually aided your relationship? Now, we have a lot of couples who live apart. Talking about people living maybe in Nigeria and the other person in outside the country, or somebody in Abuja, somebody is in Lagos. How do you cope? How has this IT, world we live in hampered or aided that relationship? And don't forget that a lot of people do believe, a lot of schools, we have different school of thought who believe that IT world has actually come, to build, to restore most relationship, but others are of the opinion that hell no, it has come to destroy and of course destroy so many beautiful homes. But for you watching us today, we want to know how the IT world has actually aided or hampered that relationship. Good morning. My name is Princess Kessy, and this is Romance and Relationship. Today, I have with me, as we do it here, I bring here always not, people who will be able to discuss the issues with us, so the in depth. And today, I have with me no other, a very young Nigerian, Canada-based, Efe Obukoho, database consultant, research analyst. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm fine, and how are you today?
I'm good.
Nice to have you on the show, Efe.
Thank you
So,
so much.
yes, as a data consultant, research analyst, we live in the IT world today. Let's talk about, relationship and IT, romance and IT, dating and IT. We know that people are finding love these days via, online, online dating. We see people that have not even met before falling in love so deeply. And of course, we see people also, meeting and even getting married on social media without getting to see each other. So when we talk about, relationship, romance, and IT, what comes to your mind?
It's the two side of a coin for me.
Okay.
Like someone who have lived in the IT world for the greater part of 15 years, I understand that for every new technology, it comes with its attendant benefit and stress. Just like the movie The Gods Must Be Crazy. They say the modern man tried to make his life easier, and in doing so, he made it more complicated. For relationships, it's also like that because while technology has brought new people together who hitherto would not have met each other, it has also come with its cons, if I may say that, because now, because of digital technology, we've been more disconnected than we've ever been in our whole history.
You think so?
Yeah,
Why?
because some people will see the, should I call that internet connection? We meet new people every day via social media. We are able to interact. We're able to get the latest information at our fingertips. Yes, these are some of the benefits. But if we look deeply, since the introduction of technology, we've been more lonely as human beings than before. We've been more lonely than before as humans. You're in a relationship, for instance, and let's say you and your partner, you stay in different cities.
Okay.
You stay in Abuja, your partner stays in Lagos. You'd argue that the introduction of technology has aided the both of you to interact more than before, but you will also know that the urgency for your partner to come around has also been hit because they feel they can actually talk to you or see you anytime they want. But we will all agree that as humans, at a point in time, we would demand physical presence, which has actually not been aided by the introduction of these technologies. Also, there's what I call digital disconnect,
Okay.
where people can be physically present with each other but emotionally absent.
We've seen that a lot.
They are physically present, they see each other, but they would rather be with their phone. So many people, they are actually not in relationship with human beings, but with their devices. Sometimes almost all of us are guilty of that. The introduction of TikTok, Facebook, we want to know what's happening. At the end of the day, we we
Partner will not be at the receiving end.
yeah, because they
You get
want your attention.
carried away, with what you see, uh, and the things that takes your attention away, even
Yeah,
while they are there with you.
yeah. So it's not something that you can actually tell that okay, this is black, this is white. So some people, mostly the so lucky ones that you're able to get relationships on social media, it has been a joy. To the others who social media has actually taken away the most important thing in their life, partnership, it has been a pain. Then there's the mighty issue of privacy concern. Are you there with me?
Here with you. Now let's talk about, talking about the new generation. Of course, they are evolving with the time, and we know that over the years we've seen that, like she rightly said, the IT world has actually impacted and relationships negatively and positively as well, because we talk about the two side of the same coin. Even though we know that relationship has actually, hampered some, rather IT has actually hampered some relationship. What do you think that are the major challenges when we talk about, living in an IT world and being, establishing a strong relationship in this our IT world?
The first thing I'll talk about is privacy concern.
Okay.
Privacy, because in the history of the world, this is the age where things that were supposed to be private are now so public. And it has not helped to build relationship one bit. We now see people, so many of them, we know them. We can feign that we do not know them, but we know them. We see people who bring out the slightest challenge in a relationship or marriage is brought to social media. Hide my identity. There's also the group that they don't even care. They don't hide their identity. They call out their husband, like the Yule Edochie and the wife's issue. You Before now, you don't put out your issue on social media for everybody to talk
Just
about. 10 years ago, you don't do that. 10 years ago, you don't do that. We only see things on the news that relate to severe domestic violence, where people have to put that on social media. But right now, you see, my wife cheated, it's on social media. My husband cheated, it's on social media. And these things, they have attendant effect because the internet never forgets. in 10 years, 20 years to come, your children are all grown up and all that. They are with their peers, and
Have to
somehow
see.
they come across it, and it's embarrassing. That's a big issue. It's a very big issue, because at the end of the day, even big social media companies, they also use your personal data for advertisement. Your personal data, you maybe you have a personal discussion on WhatsApp with somebody about some challenges you're going through in your relationship and all that. Then you see these social media companies, they personalize these things, and they try to pull that out. That it therefore means there's someone always watching you when you're using social media. Because by the time you register for WhatsApp, you register for Facebook, you've waived a portion of your privacy right. You've waived a
But
portion of your privacy right.
we know that some of these challenges you said is privacy. People like things that are not supposed to see. Prior to now, even at the time of our parents, we know that things were more, covered than this. It's as if, why do you think people do this? That something happened and the next thing is on social media. They want everybody to see. Maybe don't you think maybe they're trying to get help?
Um, the real question should be, how many people have social media really helped? What I think is that these people are seeking what I call social media validation. Social media validation, because you can bring 100 issues to social media, and only one, if at all, will be treated to the root and a solution gotten. The rest 99, bloggers will use them to chase clout. Internet will start having fun with them. At the end of the day, it's all a mess. Social media solves very little issue. Instead, it has helped to break so many relationships, because men and women have become so woke with social media ideas that they forget the practicability of personalizing their relationships. They want to use the playbook of every other person on the internet to judge the success of their relationship. So if it's not happening the way this person described it in the internet, it therefore means my relationship is failing. Is that true? So these are actually issues that
Just maybe like you said, people tend to copy also what they see on social media, thereby in trying to practice that now, trying to bring that into their own lives, and people will always say that social media is not what you is as if the more you look, the less you see. And people trying to for instance, talk about celebrities, talk about the big boys and the big girls. People just look at them and they say, okay, this is a lifestyle, this is somebody's wife, or somebody just called, my husband bought me a car, my husband bought me this, and the next thing they want to take that to their home, not knowing what's actually happening behind or outside social media. Now, how do you think that what do you think can be done? Because we look, but don't forget also, even before we go there, that social media has or the IT world has somehow, aided our relationships. Now let's talk about, in those days where our parents used to send letter, maybe one of them is away, I remember when my friend's mother told me that when she had that girl's, my friend's pregnancy, the husband was away, far away, and they only spoke via letters, and things happened that period because later were not delivered on time and all that. So don't you think that is one aspect that we've not moved away from, that has actually aided our relationships, especially people living apart?
yes, speed of communication. We can all say it has been improved with social media, but with more information comes more liability. You don't think so? Take your friend's mother. I think in the past 25 years, the rate of divorce in Nigeria has increased from around 12% to a whooping 29% in
Okay.
29 years. in 25 years. What is the cost?
Do you think that the IT world is the cause of the
Yes,
so much divorce we're seeing today? We're seeing that.
yes, it is. Now, I will give you a very quick snippet of it.
Okay.
Um, let's say 23 years ago, that's year 2000, right?
Okay.
If I have a problem with my wife or I misbehave, who will my wife talk to? He will
Maybe
go to
your
my mother.
parents, maybe your
Yeah,
family, or our parents.
yeah. And they will call me to order.
Okay.
In 2023, who will she talk to? Hide my identity.
Not okay. I understand what you're saying now.
The
When they
most,
take it to maybe social media influencer,
yeah,
people.
and you see these people you talk to on social media. We have so many bitter people on social media. People that actually take shit on when they are not on the internet, but they come to social media to tell. I cannot take that kind of thing from my wife. I cannot take that kind of thing from my husband. At the end of the day, you swallow up all those things and you tell your partner, actually, I cannot take that thing from you. What are you saying? I'm dragging you to court. Who do you think you are? Then you see, for instance, now I'll give you what's this guy's name? Um, I actually forgot the name, but he's an actor, an American actor. He has always acted in the Fast and Furious franchise. He's a black guy. Uh, the wife, the wife made one very startling statement about 6 months after they divorced, because the man came on an interview and said if he brings out his human calculator to see the reason why his wife divorced him, that he cannot point it out. She did not catch him cheating. He was not abusive. He was caring up to the day she announced that they are divorcing. Now turn around. The wife gave her own interview and said if she had the right information in her ears, she would not divorce her husband.
Wow.
This our relationship, we've been able to meet so many new people. The internet has opened up a world of possibility that was actually not there even as recently as 5 years ago. The internet has opened up these possibilities, but also it has not aided the establishment of strong relationships. If we're being honest with ourselves, we meet a lot of people every day, but can we sincerely tell ourselves that we've built up strong relationship with these people we're meeting every day? I've met so many people on the social media. I've met so many tons of people on the social media. I respect a lot of them. A lot of them respect me, but that's as far as it can go. But I can tell you, growing up in Efun and Orogu, if you meet a new person, you want to know more about them. You want to know more about them. You want to get close to them, know more about them, so that you know if you are to leave them where they are or continue a friendship or relationship with them. But how do you judge a person's character by what they post on the internet?
But don't forget also that we've seen couples actually, people are, people match make people on social media, and then we've seen that over the years, even when these people are match make, I've seen somebody that was actually introduced, they were introduced to each other, and the man is naturally in Nigeria. He was then in the US or UK, and then they got talking. They were so much in love, and the next thing they also got married without the man even coming. They had to use his picture and the brothers and all that. And today, that is one very strong marriage we are seeing. Don't you think these are some of the benefits?
That's actually not a benefit of social media. I think if I'm not mistaken, I can point about 4 or 5 mothers that I know from
Okay.
back home that were match made. They got married to them with pictures and all that. So it's actually not an invention of social media. Matchmaking has always been there, and the truth is, yes, some people they matchmake, they are very nice people because it's recommendation and recommendation. I'll tell you. I'll tell you.
No.
In
I have a boss that does that on social media. What she does is she posts every Saturday, right? Okay, meet the love of your life, something like that, and people just come. Okay, I'm 30 years old. I think I'm looking for a lady that is fair, that is tall, that is short, and all that, and they get to meet on the same platform.
Yeah, you are right. I'm not saying you're not correct, but in Seed of Faith, I think Seed of Faith should be in Uti Street. They were doing that every Sunday, even before social media. We are doing that every Sunday, and people were also meeting the love of their life. So yes, social media has actually elevated this, but it's not an invention of social media. And relationships like that, some of them they last, others they don't last. It all depends on the compatibility of the person you meet, and when you finally meet them, what you see. It's like when you order something online, some of them they come with very good review, and at the end of the day, Nigerians they say wait till you order versus wait till you get. So it's like that. It's not, like I said, it's not an invention of social media. It's not an invention of social media, but social media has actually helped elevate it. I was in Robio Renaissance Society the other day where a woman based in the UK was giving specification for the kind of man she would want. And I see a lot of men who were also in the UK with her, putting out their information and all that. Hopefully she gets someone that they're able to spend the rest of their lives together. This is one of so many things that the social media has actually helped elevated, but it's not per se an invention of the internet. It has always been there. That matchmaking is even part of our culture as Africans. Your mama will see a girl, you are in Lagos strutting it out with life. She doesn't even know if you've made it all. She just have the mindset that my son is in Lagos. Once in a while you go put money for Osho the boss back to Warri to give to your mother. She thinks everything is fine, and she sees again in the village that she feel has a very good character, well bred, well cultured. She go call him, look, oh, my son is in Lagos, so I want you to marry my son. So from now on, I will talk to your parents. You will be coming around. Let me be assessing your character. Then after, your mama will not tell you. She doesn't even know if you have a relationship in Lagos. After about 3 months of observing her character, putting her through various tests, your mama will call you that, Efe, look, I found a wife for you. I found a wife for you. Your years of being single, I think, is over. You have to come back home or send money so that we can start marriage preparation. She will marry the wife for you. Initially, when the both of you will even see you, maybe you will not be in love. But as time goes on, you will grow into it. So matchmaking has always been there. It is not something that was brought about by the social media or the internet. No, it is not. But yes, the internet has actually elevated it. Also, having elevated it, it has also brought about the what I ordered versus what I got.
What I got. That is why, and you said that is why we're seeing the high rate of divorce in the society today. Which I want to believe that anything called marriage, relationship, it has to do. It's an individual thing. Deep down is what people want, and I don't think that it's based on that. That is my opinion, because if you want to be in a relationship, truly you make it work, especially when there is no threat to life or domestic violence is not involved. Now you can make it work if you choose to make it work, but I don't know, like you said, it's one coin but two sides of the same coin. We'll go on a quick break, viewers. This is romance and relationship, and today's topic is quite interesting one. Challenges of establishing strong, relationship in our IT world. How is we live in an IT world? How is this helping your relationship, aiding or hampering the relationship? It's something that we have different school of thought. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
SRTV Talent Award is here again. We honor, recognize, and appreciate hard work of individuals in the creative industry, films, music, fashion, and comedy. Nomination of various categories is now open at superiorradioandtelevision.com/SRTV-talent-award-registration or contact us via the numbers on your screen now. Powered by SRTV London in partnership with the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture and lots more. Nominate, nominate, and nominates.
Hello, viewers. You're welcome back from that quick break. This is romance and relationship. Like we say, people are. If it says something that we now live in a world where you're having issues with your husband, instead of not talking to your parents, your husband's family, the next thing you want to do, hide my identity. Are you one of such people? Because these are the issues this morning. How is the IT world, affecting your relationship or actually improving on your relationship? Let's take it deeper. We know that in spite of some of these challenges we have, talking about establishing strong relationship in our IT world today. You didn't mention privacy, and a lot of other issues you pointed out. Now let's go down deep a little. Let's talk about sex. We live in a world where a lot of couples are away from each other. And we know also how our IT world has actually aided that part of the relationship. Now, what's your opinion on that?
This is actually very complex. Talking about sex in a relationship and the impact of information technology. Yeah, for the first time in our lives, people are now having sex over the internet. But what has it done to us? This is not from a moral standpoint. This is from a purely digital perspective. What has it done to us? You're in a long distance relationship with your wife, and before if they can't cope, they also go out to cheat. Now you guys are doing that over the internet. We can all want to agree that it has helped the relationship, but no, I'm not from that school. It hasn't helped it.
Why do you say that?
Because your husband that you're doing that with over the internet, he's a man, and he has his sexual needs also. Masturbation has not helped anybody all our lives. Masturbation is actually a very big debate that everybody has different opinion of. But when the urge becomes too strong on him, what does he do? He goes out and sort himself, then come back and start this video stuff you're doing with him. At other point in time, the wife, having done that, the urge becomes more, because toys cannot replace humans. They can only go as much as they can go.
And so your argument this morning is that when couples tend to do whatever it is they do, online sex, that can actually make their urge even more stronger.
Yes. Now we have couples, because now when you talk of sexual discipline in relationships and marriage, I'll give it to women. They are more sexually disciplined in relationships and marriage than men. Now, with the introduction of this online sex and all that, these women become more horny. With more horniness comes more demand. When these demands are not because sometimes when you do rubber, you need flesh. And you can no longer cope, body go gone body. Then you say, oh, hide my it's always about hide my ID. It comes back to hide my ID. Look, oh, I was sexually stabbed. It's not my fault. But the starving yourself sexually and all that, actually, it was not really starvation, because you were doing it anyways. your demand only went because how did Alfred Marshall put it? Human wants are insatiable, right? Now you're doing it over the internet. It therefore means you've configured in your head that there's a level of availability over the phone with my husband or my wife. Now, at a point in time, you get tired of these toys you're using. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Then it will happen. I'm not saying that before the introduction of social media, people weren't cheating. It was happening, right? But has social media actually helped it? It hasn't.
But when we talk about the advent of social media, now we're talking about the sex part of it. Don't you think when we look at intimacy, it draws them closer, as if it tend to bridge that distance?
um, how do I qualify this?
Because okay, let me break it down. Ife, let's look at somebody now. For instance, you're in Canada, your woman or your wife is in Nigeria or in the UK, and talking on video calls. It's as if though there is a distance, you're not together, but there's this feeling that I can see him or hear. Do you understand? Unlike in those days where you have to send a letter to take months to get a reply, or there is no technology, there is no way to talk to them. You can even just read a paper, but not their voice, or even getting to see their faces. So I think, if you ask me, this actually aided. But
Yeah, yeah, that has aided relationships very, very much, very, very much, because there are some people who, without social media, their kids would not have known them. Their kids would not have known them. It has actually aided relationships when you talk of getting to see your partner and all that. Yeah, continuing to build that bond. Continuing to it gives that sense of assurance. It gives that sense of assurance. So that's why when we started the show, I was like, the introduction of information technology has actually aided and challenged relation. It's two parts of the same coin. So if you push that to me, I'll concede it. Yes, it has aided it. It has aided it greatly. Um, what I'm actually skeptical about is also the other attendant effect of social media, not actually availability. Now, if you talk about existing couples, if you talk about existing couples who've been together before, and suddenly one of them moves out of the country or moves out of state, social media has really helped them to keep up. It has helped them to keep up.
And let's not forget also, if you want to talk about distraction, for instance, in those days we were just having letters, or the effect of social media was not there. And then you see people, the fact that you are not with your partner, or that feeling that they are away, far away, tend to distract you, if you ask me, because okay, they can't see me, they can't call, it's just letters, and then you do whatever you like. But I think also, when we look at distraction from the other side of it, it has become a thing when sometimes your partner just calls you on a video call to know what's going on, where are you, and these are some of the issues as well.
It actually stopped people being distracted? No, it
Yes,
hasn't. It hasn't.
yes, because people could want to go and cheat or leave the house or go party, don't even sleep at home. But the fact that is you being distracted, if
They
you are.
will still cheat if they want to cheat.
But at least it has helped to an
It
extent. That is
hasn't.
what
It
that is
hasn't.
what we're saying. And don't
The
forget
thing is,
also, it's a way of communication, and there is no strong relationship without communication. That
yes,
is very
it's a way of
key
communication.
part of it. And
Yeah,
don't forget that when the communication, not even when you are with somebody, you live in the same street, but when the communication is not there, the relationship is on the way toward hitting the rock. We all know that.
yeah,
Communication is one very, big part of a relationship. And then also, we know that the advent of technology has actually aided communication, because no matter how far you are from your partner, no matter where you are, you tend to not just hear their voice, but also see them. And that is what my argument is today.
Yeah, you have a very valid argument. But should we say you're 100% right? Just like in every research, you're not. Um,
Prove me wrong.
yeah, that's it. Now, I'll put out a very general question to you. The rate of cheating and divorce in 2000 and in 2023, which is higher?
2000 and 2023.
Yeah, which is higher?
I wouldn't know for sure because I've not even checked the statistics
Okay,
recently.
I'll help you there. I'll help you there. In 2000, the rate of paternity fraud in Nigeria was just 2%.
Okay.
Was just 2%. But right now, it's roughly 4%.
Okay.
If it's 4%, in 2015, it was still very marginal. In 2015, I think it was 3% or so. Right now, it's 4%. It therefore means between 2000 and 2023, paternity fraud multiplied by 2. Now, that's not the main cross of the matter. Why I pushed that out to you is that yeah, statistics also show that for every 10 times you have sex, the chances of pregnancy is 0.5 times. Now, if people are having sex 20 times, it therefore means out of every 20 times you may become pregnant one time out of 20 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if paternity fraud has increased by 2%, it therefore means people are cheating more than before in our society. Because now let's get it straight. Contraception, pregnancy prevention, this technology have increased considerably than they were years ago. It
Yes,
therefore means people can actually avoid more pregnancies now
pregnancy
than
than
before.
before.
But still yet, there's still the high case of paternity fraud in our society than it was before. I think Vanguard reported in 2015 that Nigeria is the country with the highest number of paternity fraud in the world. That's a startling statistic.
And this, Efe, you are owing to the advent of technology.
No, I'm not owing it to the advent of technology. I'm actually telling you that technology has not in any way stopped people who had the mindset of cheating from cheating. Because you pushed it out that with more communication, relationship tends to
Get
become
stronger.
stronger. But I'm telling you that people can be talking. People can be talking, and things will still be happening. Like you said, the more you look,
The less you see.
the less you see. So that's the problem.
And in all this, if what can be done, because we've seen that when we look at the issue, when we look at the challenges of establishing a good or strong relationship in our IT world, we look at some of the challenges as to disconnection, privacy, infidelity, like you rightly said. A lot of them are actually the challenges, because is a see for people have not. And another thing I've seen also, some of the challenges we saw so far is that you see people, the fact that you showcase yourself or your marriage openly for people to see, you tend to, receive different advice that can actually destroy your marriage even the more, because people come and people that are not even as good as you start advising you because of course when it becomes a case of hide my identity, like you said, you tend to see hundreds of comments, and at that point you'll be a little bit, shaky or confused as to what to follow or what to do. And this is where we have the issues. And so what do you think can be done in all this, in the face of disconnect, in the face of, privacy, infidelity, cheating, and, lack of communication? Or what do you think can be done? Because like you said, the rate of we've seen the rate of divorce, a lot of things are actually going wrong in marriages. So, and people also, like your school of thought will say it is the advent, because at that time they were less, when something happened in a family, there's a way the two family tend to cover it, talk about it, and it's resolved amicably. Unlike now that, and because the man will feel, okay, you've actually exposed me to the world, or the woman will feel, you've exposed me to the world, so what's the point of living with you? So these are some of the issues. What do you think can be done?
Thank you. The thing is, there is no cut-out answer for what can be done, because whether we like it or not, social media, the internet, information technology has come to stay. It's not leaving us anytime soon. The second truth that we have to understand is that in 20 years to come, there will be more diverse than it is now. That's one thing we also have to understand. The third thing is, how do we reduce it, or how do we build our own meaningful relationship? People should go back to the basics. People should go back to the basics. This my mom will always call it a rere kaka. Unnecessary open eye. Yes. Unnecessary open eye. The number of I cannot take that from my man, or I cannot take that from my woman, should reduce. Because when we learn to take that from our man and take that from our woman, when we learn more perseverance, when we learn more patience, so many of these things we reduce. Now, let me give you an example. I'm very sorry to the so many women that we read meaning to what I'm saying, but this is from a purely practical perspective.
Okay.
In our African society today, if a marriage breaks up, who gets more stigma? Whatever the situation is the woman. Now, I will still say that these women, most of them are not learning. Because of social media, we have more and more women who are saying that they cannot live with cheating partners. We have more and more women, but the reality is that a lot of men cheat. A lot of them cheat. Now, because you're seeing the purportedly perfect relationship of Mr. A, you think is just like that.
So if you're saying that a lot of men cheat, what is the sanctity of marriage then?
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Theoretically, there's no sanctity. But practically,
or let me assume that you're speaking as the true African man now.
No, I'm not speaking as the true African man, because I would rather a society where we have people who are true to themselves when it comes to relationship and marriages. But being practical is this: your husband cheated, which is so wrong. Which is so wrong in our modern society. Your husband cheated, and there are no other way to rectify the issue than you divorce your husband. Society will applaud you. Don't stay with a cheating man. You see that cheating man you just left? In 2 weeks' time, he will get another girl waiting for him to cheat. Society is more let's get the truth. Society is more compassionate to men who sleep with other women than women who sleep with other men.
And that is the African mindset, right?
Whatever, even in the Western world, let's be true to ourselves. Even in the Western world, yeah, these women say the men that you accuse of cheating, are they not getting married to other women?
So, so should men not have a second wife instead of cheating? Second wife,
third wife, I'm actually never against polygamy. I'm actually never against polygamy.
As an honorable man
But
that you are, truly you are
yeah,
an honorable man.
I'm actually never against it. But even in the West, what we call monogamy is not monogamy. I've seen it. I've seen these people practice it. It's not monogamy, because you are in a relationship with a man or a woman. Then the next day they tell you that, look, I'm tired of you. Let's seek a divorce. The end of the day, because he is doing that because he saw another curvy woman outside. And he knows that if you are the first to catch him and take him to court for cheating, he will lose a lot. So he's not telling you that I'm no longer interested. Now, this relationship that he's telling you is no longer interested has a 4-year-old. In 2 or 3 years, this man might have impregnated about 4 or 5 women and left them on their own. He might be even paying child support, but he has 5 children from different women. But he's against polygamy. Who is fooling who?
That is the question. Who is fooling who? So, FA, what are some of the things I know that we cannot move away from, technology. The advent is even more is evolving on daily basis. But
Yeah.
what can we do? Like you said, we should remove the mindset that I can't take this, I can't take this. So what else can we do to make sure that our relationship grow even stronger? Because that should what should be the take home today from the show?
I would give two instances. I'll come back to the communication you mentioned before, because the fact that people can also do whatever they want to do with in spite of communication is one thing, but with more communication, like you rightly put it, people will build stronger relationships. 3, there should be a level of digital disconnect.
Okay.
There should be a level of digital disconnect. There are times that I deliberately get out of the internet.
Okay.
I deliberately get out of the internet, and when this happens, it's just a period of self-reflection and understanding yourself.
Okay.
If you understand that social media is like a smoke screen where anything is not real, nothing is real there. You will understand that you can do more to build your relationships. You can do more. It's not actually about cheating now, because there are people whose relationship ended without any of them cheating on each other. It's not really about cheating now. Leave the internet opinion, and look at the practical aspect of your relationship and see how you can make it work yourself. Because these people they call online in-law, they are more interested in breaking up things than settling it.
But Brother Pay, how can we move away from access to technology, internet, or even social
No,
media?
we are not moving away from it.
I don't know.
What?
No, as individuals now, like you said, sometimes you say sometimes we should limit, knowing fully well that a lot of people, businesses, a lot of things are not happening there on daily basis.
There's not a day in my life. There's not a day in my life that I don't open my laptop and my iPad to work. There's not a day. But I can tell you, there are so many weeks in my life that I lost access to social media. Now, there are others that their business is in social media. There are some who buy and sell online, who do relationship advice, who do content creation. Their lives is in social media. If you're in that category, see the clout chasing in social media and take it as that. Take whatever you can take that will help your personal life, but you see your relationship, never judge it by what you see on the media, because at the end of the day, everybody walks a different journey. Everybody walk a different journey. So if you decide that whatever you're seeing there is what you will use to define the success or failure of your marriage or relationship, you may just have gotten a failed marriage before you even started contemplating it. because we are all cut out from different clothes. So we must understand this reality and apply it to our lives, that everyone is different. And what you see on the social media is actually, or may actually not what it is. It may actually not be what it is. So I feel I feel that's how I see it.
But also, can you advise, instead of hide my identity, people should start seeing, going for therapies, seeing special professionals, to work things over.
That's the best.
Okay.
That's the best because uh Shagolo, I know he will be seeing us now. I will call his name. Shagolo Amos. Maybe he has just one wife, and
Okay.
he's advising Ned Woko's wife on the success of their relationship. Is it practical? It's not. It's not. So instead of Ned Woko wife to drop his issue on social media for Shagolo to advise her, Ned Woko's wife can go to a trained therapist. That look at what I'm going through. If she cannot afford a trained therapist, Ned Woko wife can go to uh,
Maybe just leader
the family,
or the
or
elders.
they can sit down and talk about it. They can
Okay.
talk about it, and when they talk about it, the chances are that they will be able to resolve it. If they can't resolve it, it will not be between them to sort alternate solutions instead of destroying it by bringing it to social media.
Well, we have seen the pros and cons of, uh, technology, internet, social media, whatever it is called, and the impact on our relationships, everyday relationship. And but we do hope that this step today, I love the fact that my guest did say that, the mindset of people is not, it's not everything you see on social media that is real. No matter how, glittery it looks, all the glitter is not always gold. And these are some of the take home today from the show. And when you see people on social media, the hyping, the whole paparazzi, sometimes it's not always so. I've seen even celebrities, they will tell you, my husband is this now, and the next day, they came out to say 2 minutes man and all that. But we know how far they went, peppering the singles, peppering other couples to making it look as if it's a made in heaven. So, like what he said, we are all cut out from different clothes, and it's different for each and every one of us. You do not judge your relationship by another person's or with another person's relationship. That would be wrong. And now, instead of going to hide my identity, I think we should start seeing professionals. We have them across the country, or maybe our families. Sometimes, when you talk to your in-laws, talk to somebody that that likes you, that can tell that your partner can actually uh listen to, and then just maybe that will help you build that relationship again. These are some of the take home today. Now, we do hope that we've made your morning with our tips today. Pastor Faye, thank you so much for being on the show today. I do hope that this will actually help somebody build their relationship, instead of just believing that no, it's I have to walk away. At this point, like I said, when a threat to life or domestic violence is not there, so sometimes just try to make it work, because sometimes the grass is always greener at the other side, and when you go there, you find out that it's actually the same.
Not.
Well, thank you so much. We guys have been on the show with Efe Bukoko, is a database consultant, research analyst. Thank you so much. We'll have you again on the show, and so we can discuss maybe just online dating proper.
Okay.
Yeah, as said, as a research analyst and of course database consultant, we'd love to have you on the show again. But thank you sincerely for coming on the show today. We appreciate your time.
You're welcome.
Yes, viewers, that was Efe Obukoko. You see, These are the fact that this guy is even somebody that this is what he does for a living, and he is now saying database consultant and research analyst. That means he works online. There's a technology, we now young man. So you see now that it is not all you see on the advent of technology. No, I can't take this, I can't do that. Don't take all this advice you see all the time. They might actually destroy your home. So sometimes tend to communicate heart to heart with your partner. This might actually help your relationship instead of destroying that relationship. I'll see you again on the show next week. I remain yours truly, Princess Kessy. But before we go, don't forget our different SRTV packages. We do coverage, coverage here and there. And of course, we do travel tours. We travel with SRTV to the world, anywhere across the world. It's going for studies, medicals, tourism, holidays. We're here. We got you covered. And of course, we talk about SRTV coverage, everything, your book launch, weddings, birthdays, church service, Juma, we're here to cover it for you. And as well, even package it for you as well. And let's talk about our amazing offers coming from the magazines. As low as 30K, you can showcase your product, your ideas, and of course, everything that has to do with you on our magazine for just 30K. And our renters as well. We have everything you need. So just call us a call away. We have all the cameras, editing suite, and lighting, everything you need to rent. And don't forget our outlets as well. The amazing thing about this place is just for you to walk in with your crew, and that easy you start acting. You don't need to, the place is well arranged. It can even accommodate us like 60 persons. How amazing is that for a very small token? So do well, please, to come and do your productions there and your shoot as well. We'll see you again next week.
Are you a filmmaker in Abuja and its environ? Do you need a place for your music video, or you need a venue for your conference and even an editing suite for your post-production? Look no further. Our beautiful turret in Lokugoma has it all. We have a whole floor that consists of 3-angle lounge, a beautiful dining area, a large kitchen, a conference area that can comfortably accommodate 60 persons, and 5-bedroom adaptable for all kind of shoots. The good news is all is available at affordable price. And you know what? If you are a member of the Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria, you have 20% discount. So what are you waiting for? Hurry and contact us on the numbers on your screen now.